Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've sat down and talked with you all, so I decided this would be a perfect chance for me to kind of give everyone an update, first impressions and such of me being here as in South Korea for a little over the month now. So let's get started. Okay. So I think I'll just start this video off with my first impressions of coming to Seoul. It was really nerve-wracking and it was really scary just kind of realizing that I was traveling for the first time by myself internationally. Actually, like anywhere. I haven't really gone anywhere by myself that's within, like that's over an hour long, so it was just kind of wild just to be here by myself. The train was I took a bus to get to my Airbnb for the first week, and then from there I took the train, and the train system is actually really easy. So public transportation, first impression, really good. I had my experience with Tokyo. Everything there is just a little more just a little bit more like there's more people. It's more like I would say like more I get more anxious on the train in Tokyo, but I think that was just because we were there for 4 days. I really didn't know how to read anything. Like, I cannot read Japanese, any of the 3 alphabets. I don't know how to do that, so it was really nerve-wracking. First impression would be just that literally everyone here is so beautiful. It might be just the things people eat, the water bottles that you drink, because no one really drinks tap water. Literally everyone here is so beautiful. It might just be the quality of like style or like the level of style that people want to like carry about themselves. I haven't seen like a single pair of sweatpants other than by someone who I think last week was midterms for the normal Kyunghee students, so I think I saw 1 pair of sweatpants and the rest people were just wearing like all black. And so I think even though they are all super stressed out with exams and stuff, they at least put on like a pair of pants instead of sweatpants, which is so different from America. But no judgment to anyone who loves sweatpants. I am wearing fake sweatpants or like nice joggers that you can get from like Athleta or something, and that kind of look like sweatpants but are like made of a nice fabric where people are like, oh, they're not sweatpants. So everyone is in couples. Like literally I have yet to see a single Korean that's not either like going somewhere, I don't know, like I haven't seen a single person in a restaurant eat by themselves, or I don't know, like just I guess maybe I'm just noticing the couples more often than the single people, because like I'm a single person. But everyone is in, like, there's so many couples here and I'm just like and then I guess the last impression, my first impression is that literally traffic laws are kind of suggestions here in Korea. So especially for pedestrians or like cars perspectives of pedestrians. So if you see a crosswalk, and even if the sign is even if the walk sign is on, it's green, there's still like a potential that there is either a car, truck that could just try to sneak by you, or especially motorcycles. They literally can do whatever they want. I've seen them run red lights when it's crosswalk time, whatever. But if it's a crosswalk with no like sign that indicates when to walk and when not to walk, they are basically just markers for drivers that, hey, most likely a person will walk in this area, and just keep an eye out. Because even if I'm like halfway in a crosswalk with no lights around it, a car just came by and like just zoomed right past me. They're like, oh, just let me squeeze by, and I was like, oh, okay. But I kind of got over that because now I like look triple check everything. Like I'm like, oh, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, good. And then I try to avoid as many crossing of the streets as possible. Now that first impressions are over, I guess I'll kind of give you an update of what I'm doing right now. So next week, the first week of November is my first midterm. So we have 2 exams here in Kyunghee in the Korean language program. So there's the first day we'll be speaking between a teacher and then also another student. And then the second day we have 4-hour classes. So the first hour will be I don't know. I forgot the order, but it's either reading, writing, grammar, reading, writing, grammar, reading, writing, grammar, and listening. It's of those 4 topics, and then those are each about 50 minutes long. Yes, that's really what we're doing right now in class. It's just we've been learning things, like we've started with the alphabet, and then we've slowly been progressing through grammar, incorporating reading and writing and listening throughout that. It's going fairly slow for me just because last year I did take 2 semesters worth of Korean language. So it's kind of what we're doing right now is exactly what we learned what I learned the first semester. So it is going slowly, but I figured it's better to get more it's better to solidify my foundation in Korean than to kind of hop into higher levels and then realize that I'm not doing too well and then fail the exams and then get kicked out of Kyunghee and then I go back to America and I have not learned Korean. So that's my mindset. It's really difficult to study for me because it's like things that I already know, but I guess we're learning a lot more a lot more words and sort of phrases that I can practice, which makes things a little more easier and more like, again, kind of want to study them. Friends-wise, I guess I'm meeting new people, but I don't think I have the same level of relationship I have in friends in America or Minnesota, but I guess that's similar for the other students here, in which they're finding people to hang out with, but like not really like developing that really close relationship, and it has been only a month, so I'm not expecting to meet anyone within a month. And my water's boiling. But I guess it is kind of lonely being the only American. Well, there's another American here, to be the only American in my class. And there's like all these either Swedish people or Japanese like students. And it's just kind of like I'm in the middle and I only speak one language and I'm cool like that. Oh. But slowly I'm making friends and slowly meeting people. I have yet to meet any Korean students here at Kyunghee other than my Domi, which is like a Korean exchange program here where they have one Kyunghee student, a regular student, and then one foreign language student. They get paired up. I'm also paired up with another girl who's in my class, and so we both share the same friend. So that's kind of nice because 3 is always like a good amount of people to have. After classes, which usually end at 1 p.m. or 1300, I go to the school cafeteria where I eat lunch for really, really cheap. And it's really good food, and it's really not good food. It's like, but some days are really good foods, the other days are just kind of normal foods, but it's really cheap. So a full meal, like with sets, like bantan, all this other like really good stuff is like around 3,000 won, which a normal like meal here is like 6,000 won, so it's like half the price. Pretty good deal. And I get full until I like want to eat so many snacks at night, so I have to like figure out how to make a little meal at night. And then after lunch, I usually try to do some errands before I go back. So I've been trying to go to the bank to change my phone number, but I keep forgetting one thing. Like a couple days ago, I left my passbook, and then now I forgot my passport, and it's just a lot of like just gotta get my stuff together. It's wild times when you're working with a foreign bank. It's kind of nerve-wracking. And then after I get back to my dorm, I try to study, but usually it turns into me either chatting with my friends back in America, because some of them are usually awake at that time. They should go to bed and whatever. Trying to study, talking with my friends, and then sleeping or on my phone for hours. And then I try to work out at 5 p.m. and then eat dinner at some point and then go to bed. And it's not super fun just because it's like I haven't found a good routine yet. People don't really realize, like, Seoul is a city, but it's a huge city. There's so many things to do, so I just kind of tell myself, like, you have so much more time to do whatever you need to do, so, like, don't crush everything. So I hope you enjoyed that little, like, daily routine. I think I'm gonna actually do a full video vlog of my day, like, follow me for a day, just because I think people are interested in what they're doing, like what I'm doing here. Stay tuned or keep your eyes out, or like make sure you get the notifications for my video that comes in the future of following me for a day and seeing probably what I eat, what I do, what I work out. Tonight I'm actually going to a dance class, so we'll see if I can get into that. We'll see how it goes. Moving on from the awkward transition, I guess some tips for travelers who want to come to Seoul, either to stay for long term like me, or to at least come for a couple of weeks, couple of days, whatever you want. If you are trying to live in Seoul for cheap and you're more interested and more invested in the sightseeing, eating food, and not cooking or having a luxurious apartment, whatever, go look for goshitels, which are one room, literally one room with like a bathroom, usually a shower that's incorporated with a bathroom. That's like similar to one of my vlogs before. I'll link that above. And it's really, really small, and it's big enough for like for one person. They only allow one person only, but it's big enough for a suitcase and a place for you to sleep. The reason why I'm suggesting this is that if you stay in this place, you save more money, and you can, like, a majority of the times, the person who will own it, especially if you find this goshtel on what's it called, Airbnb, they will speak English majority of the time. And then in the goshtel, there's a laundry, there's a washing machine, there's no dryer, unfortunately, washing machine, a sink, and then sometimes they usually have breakfast, which is just like an assortment of rice and kimchi. But for that I stayed, for my first week here, I stayed in one of those for about $12 a night, and you can basically stay here in Seoul for about a month for $200, around that sort of price, if you just kind of find the right goshtel. And then a lot of them are super close to the train stations or other places, so they're really convenient to get around. Mine that I stayed in was in Gangnam, so it was just kind of in the middle of that really rich area, but you're staying in a really small area. Whatever. A couple apps that I would recommend is Naver Maps. So Google Maps, if you have Google Maps and you're just really you don't think you're gonna walk places, you're just gonna take taxis, you're just kind of like trying to find places, like you don't think you're gonna need a map of some sort, Google Maps will kind of get you around Seoul pretty well, but it will not help you with walking, or very few times driving instructions. It will basically only help you with public transportation, which is okay, but a lot of times it's not super accurate. And then like the walking directions to the train station, to the bus station, are not super accurate either. Naver Maps. Naver Maps is what you should get, or what you should download before you come here, so that you can get everything all set up. And then as soon as you get here and you're trying to find somewhere, just like use that and then click it, and boom, you're in. And you can navigate Seoul perfectly. Not perfectly, but like equivalent of like if you have Google Maps or Apple Maps in America, and it kind of gets you where you're gonna go, but there's always that one chance where it's like, oh, you took a left when you're supposed to take a right, but I told you to take a left, that type of thing. So that's kind of the big app that I would recommend you getting. What other ones? And then my last recommendation is to get Papago. It's this app with a little kind of parrot on it, and it's probably the best translating app I have. So Google Translate is nothing compared to Papago. So it's Papago. Download that, and you should be able to like communicate enough with locals or convenience store workers or department store workers, enough where you can get what you're trying to get around. I hope that is enough for you, and I hope you guys all can come to Seoul eventually. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed my little update, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Mom, Dad, I miss you. Oh, and happy birthday, Calvin.